It can feel like the climate is changing faster than we can react, but there are people doing good work. There is a climate crew.
Being able to come out so early is different than what you get midday. Just creates a very special moment. You get to watch the sun rise as you're setting up. Prairie dogs are very charismatic. It's very amazing to watch their day-to-day activities and their lifestyle and how they work with each other. My name is Sam Davison. I am a resource management officer here at Grasslands National Park. The programs that I specifically run are ecological integrity monitoring and looking at visual counts. This is a program that we use and implement to monitor how prairie dogs are doing year after year and gauge what the population dynamics look like over the long term, and ensuring that the population here is doing the best that it can and just keeping track of that.
And keeping track of the black-tailed prairie dog is important because not only is it a species at risk, but they help us to understand the impact of climate change. Monitoring the fluctuation of their population gives insight into how the biodiversity of Grasslands National Park is adapting to a changing climate.
Sam Davison is the recorder, and the time is 07:20. Dog. Dog, dog, squirrel, pup, pup, dog, end.
The black-tailed prairie dogs live in family units called coteries within a larger colony. They're good communicators. Scientists have learned that they have a language to let their fellow dogs know if there's a predator and if it's a land or air threat. Fascinating and cute, they are also really important to the local ecosystem.
My name is Laura Gardner. I'm the Wildlife and Species at Risk Ecologist here at Grasslands National Park, where I oversee our species at risk monitoring and management programs, including the black-tailed prairie dog. So the black-tailed prairie dog is important because it's a native species to this area. It's part of the diversity, but it's also a keystone species, meaning they create islands of habitat for other species, such as the burrowing owl and the mountain plover. And they also provide food to native predators such as badgers, prairie rattlesnakes, and coyotes.
The success of the black-tailed prairie dog population has a direct impact to many other species and the biodiversity of the area. Strong biodiversity is key to helping an ecosystem adapt to climate change. So, the Grasslands Climate Crew is doing everything they can to help the black-tailed prairie dog not just survive, but thrive.
So all the programs that we implement to monitor and manage prairie dog health is our prairie dog visual count program, colony mapping, rapid plague surveillance, burrow swabbing, the sylvatic plague vaccine, and our Fitbit experimental research project. So the biggest threats to the black-tailed prairie dog in Canada are sylvatic plague and drought.
With the climate changing, there are increased drought events. Drought means there is less vegetation and less for the prairie dogs to eat. So it's harder to make it through the winter and makes them more susceptible to disease. Following a drought, the flea population increases. Fleas on their own aren't a problem unless they are carrying the plague. More fleas means more opportunity for a colony to be hit with an outbreak, which can cause a blink out, a term used to describe a dramatic decrease in their population. There's little the team can do about drought, but they can help protect them from the plague.
So today we're going to be going to Monument Colony. We're going to be in this area. We're each going to be 20 meters apart, and we're going to drop the SPV bait every 5 meters.
So everybody is aware, this is one of our largest colonies in the park. We have 18 total, but we're going to be focusing on Monument and Broken Hills this year. These two colonies, we've had positive plague detections in the past, so they're going to benefit the most from the vaccine. So the sylvatic plague vaccine is a tool that we use to increase immunity of black-tailed prairie dogs to the sylvatic plague. So it doesn't control flea populations, it just increases immunity.
Distributing the vaccine through bait pellets is just one aspect of the plague management program. The team also works to keep an eye on the flea population. They do this by trapping prairie dogs to see if they have fleas, but they also swab their burrows.
So just going to put on some pretty standard personal protective equipment, or PPE, that we use every day in the swabbing program. Got a few signs that we can see here, some disturbance from soil indicating some digging. Got a lot of fresh scat around as well. And we've got some trimmed vegetation, so this is going to be an active burrow, and I'm going to record the depth as well. So we were able to get this 9 feet underground. And I'll actually invert this bag just so that we have another barrier between me and the fleas. And I'll reel this in. And we're going to try and get this done as quick as possible so that no fleas have a chance to hop out. Make sure we've got a good seal. Perfect.
Sweet, looks like I've got placed an ant in this one here. No signs of fleas yet.
Oh, here we go. Here's our first flea of the day.
Oh, nice, you got one.
Yeah, after long searching. So we'll get him into the vial, and then we can get him sent on his way to Winnipeg and see if he comes back with plague.
That'll be good and round off the other vials we have.
Yeah, we've got quite a few waiting in the freezer ready to go, so it's nice that we're finding a few more that we can have a better sample size to see what's going on in our prairie dog colonies.
All the fleas the team collect get sent off to a lab to be tested for the plague.
I think one thing that's most important for people to realize is just having that awareness that one species can have a cascading effect through the ecosystem. And biodiversity is key in an ecosystem's resilience against climate change. And for me, that's where climate change and hope intersect, is seeing good people doing good work.